Another thing to be aware of is this is quite a rural location. Shall I take another run up at that one? Hello, I'm on my way to Inverness to go and spend a couple of nights in a converted shipping container. Yes, I'm travelling from my home in North Uist to Inverness on a very wet afternoon, but the autumn colours are beautiful. And tonight and tomorrow night I'm staying at GlamNess Shipping Containers. Now, my dog DOUGAL is not with me. He's now in semi-retirement, which means that for trips of short duration or long distance, DOUGAL will no longer be coming with me, which is just as well because GlamNess do not accept dogs. The price I've paid for November 2021 is £31 per night. That is super reasonable compared to the Travelodge in Inverness at the moment, which I could have got for £40. Yes, I'm paying for myself because, folks, this review is going to be done undercover. Let's go. Right, it's never good arriving places in the dark. Now apparently our container is called Rob Roy. Let's go see if we can find it. Glad it's not raining. Oh, I've realised I'm not on a path. Where are the names? Okay, where are the names? Oh, here we go. Robbie Burns, that was. This one's Robert the Bruce. This one is Rob Roy. This is us. Not that you can see that sign, folks. But that says Rob Roy, apparently. Right, now then. The light here doesn't work, so I've got the torch on my phone. It's not a very good start either. Right, access code here is in my email. So, yes, here we go. Right. Okay, so I am safely installed in my shipping container, Rob Roy. And fair dues to the owner. I told him about the outside light not working and he said, yeah, they're going to look at that tomorrow. So fair dues to that. So now I'm settled into my little container. I shall pop the wide angle lens onto the camera and I will give you a guided tour. So let me turn the lens around first. And this is my container. So standing on the threshold, I think they're different. Some of the containers are different layouts. This is just this one we're in. Sofa there on the left, a little sofa, and then on the right here we've got our hospitality tray with a kettle, a toaster, biscuits, and your usual milk, tea, and coffee. So no surprises there. And here we have a little fold-up table and two chairs. And next to the table down here is a socket, so you could sit there and work. The radiator was left on when we arrived, so the cabin was nice and toasty. And we've also got a window here for ventilation, so we don't need to have the big doors open. Swinging around to this side, it's just like a caravan tour, isn't it, folks? So we've got the lounge here, and then we've got the little kitchenette area there, and we've got really everything you'd need. Sink, two burner hot plate, tiny bit of preparation area here. I mean, again, this is very similar to what you'd get in a caravan, isn't it? And then you've got your microwave oven there. Excuse the bin bag. Here's the fridge. The fridge was left switched on, so it's nice and cool when we got here. Slight downside is the fridge does foul the sofa, so it's a bit of an issue to get in and out the fridge. Got my caravan reviewing head on. It would be so much better if the handle was on the other side and the fridge opened this way, but you know, c'est la vie. And then you've got a little cupboard here. I've got oatcakes in there at the moment. And yeah, oh, now one thing I haven't seen, folks, is cutlery. Where is the cutlery? Is that down here by my bin? There it is. So there's the cutlery. Everything you'd need, really. Knives, forks, sharp knives, corkscrew. Is there a can opener? Ah, I don't see a can. Oh yes, I do. And a can opener. Happy days. And there's USB points on that little socket there. That is, yeah, that's the only socket that's near the kitchen. So hence the hospitality tray and the kettle being over on the little table over here. But that's no problem for us. And then cooking wise, they've given us a wok and a pan and a frying pan and a colander. There are 2 dinner plates, 2 side plates, 2 bowls, 2 tumblers, 2 wine glasses, if the camera's picking them up. And, oh no, I highly approve of this, folks. Decent sized mugs. Oh, that is a thumbs up from me. Decent sized mugs, and of course washing up brush. You've got a clean tea cloth provided here. Bin bags are provided. Bit of a stiff telling off, well, it's a bit of a stiff notice here about what to do with what, but I guess they're a little bit fed up with people putting the wrong thing in the wrong bin. It's not rocket science, really. Cans and tins, paper, cardboard, recycling, plastic goes in a white bag, and landfill goes in a black bag. It's not really that difficult. But I mean, I suppose people who've had difficulty with that might have found this place a lot easier than I did. So we're all different, and we have to make allowances for everybody. Here's the bed, and oh, it's nice. It feels nice and comfortable, folks. It really does. And towels are provided, which is awesome. Now I've had to climb on the bed and climb over to reach the light switch for those 2 lights there. That's there, and then you can see we've also got a socket there with USBs, but we've got nowhere to stand our devices. So a little shelf above there would have been a nice touch, but I suppose that could also easily be knocked off. Now as you swing around here, we can see that there's the TV, and you can watch that from either the bed or from the lounge. But I will say, because it's quite a narrow gap here, I keep rubbing it with my shoulder. I keep knocking the TV, so that's slightly annoying, but it's, you know, it's small space living, folks. Maybe if it was mounted a little bit higher, but then I suppose you'd bang your head on it then, wouldn't you? So small space living, you have to make allowances. So we've got a window here, so for nighttime ventilation. And oh, there's even a full-length mirror here next to the bed. So you know what that means, folks, don't you? It's an opportunity for a hello. Sorry, had to be done. Had to be done. And then we go. Oh, one last thing, folks. Oh, I'm losing my head here. Just bang the TV again under the bed. The bed is fairly high, not too high, but it's not low either. So that gives you a great space under here to put your bags. So I've got my bags under there, and there's also a couple of little drawers here if you want to unpack your smalls. But where do you hang your coat, I hear you cry? Haha, let's go into the bathroom and I will show you. So this is the bathroom. Again, there's a heater in here. I've put that on, it's nice and toasty. So there's a little hanging rail over the toilet. and that's where I've got my jacket right now. And yeah, there's the loo. There's a window here, so you can have a bit of ventilation. Tiny wash basin. David Bell is not going to be able to get a wet shave in there. He's not going to be happy about that. But, you know, small space living. We've got a little mirrored cupboard above, so you can put your stuff in there. And another opportunity for a hello, sorry. And then we got the shower here. Yeah, all in one shower cubicle. I'll be honest, folks, I think the washroom in a Coachman VIP is probably going to be bigger than this washroom. So there are caravan washrooms that are bigger than this, but you know what, folks, this is big enough. And when you look at what you're getting here, I mean, it's scrupulously clean, scrupulously clean. You know, you've got a comfy bed with a nice duvet. You've got, it's heating, laminate floor. You've got a little dining table or, you know, desk to work at. You've got a little kitchenette, so you don't have to eat out. You can have your breakfast here. I've got my porridge ready for the morning. And it's quiet. There is no traffic noise. In fact, there is just no noise. It is absolutely quiet. All I can hear is the rustle of trees. So, first impression as regards to the instructions that arrived, which were slightly lazy, just saying follow Google Maps, and the light not working as we arrived at the container weren't so great. But I have to say, first impressions of the actual container itself are absolutely spot on. When you think I've paid £31 a night, so I paid £62 for this container for 2 nights, and the Travelodge wanted £80. Now, a room at the Travelodge probably would have been about the same size as this, but it would not have had everything I've got here. So I am very, very chuffed. I'm now off out for dinner to go and have a pizza with my friend Fiona, and I will check in with you again later on. I have spent 2 really comfortable nights in my container. Just about to leave, but we got some light now, so I will show you around during the light, and I will give you my summary of how we've got on with GlamNess Containers here in Inverness. So, plenty of room here. Morning. Here's what they look like in the day. You've got the containers there. There's also a little barbecue area here. Let's go and investigate that. So this would be nice on a summer's evening. There's actually a barbecue. Wow. There was a sign there saying no noise after 10 o'clock. So that's good. So this is ours, Rob Roy, and here is our own personal little patio, which is really sweet, really sweet. What I thought was a key safe when I arrived in the dark was actually an ashtray. But there you go, and that's the view from my container. To sum up the experience of staying with GlamNess containers, contactless containers, they do say it's contactless, so you don't normally see anybody. If that's an issue for you, be aware of that. Now, the good stuff, first of all, it is really comfortable. The bed was really comfortable. I slept very well last night. Not so much the first night, but that was no fault of the bed or anything of the environment. You can open the windows, there's good heating, it's scrupulously clean. It's nice and quiet, nice quiet location, and very, very, very good value for money. As I say, £31 a night I've spent in middle of November. I do have a booking for next month in December on a Thursday night, and that has cost me £39. It's got everything you need, little kitchenette, they supply everything, nice little patio, barbecue area, nice location, so really, really good. So what are the downsides? Well, the fact the outside light didn't work, maybe people don't think that's very important. I think when you're arriving at night and you need to put a key code in at the door, I think that is very important. And if there was a spare container available, I think I should have been moved, but not the end of the world. But I think it's probably the outside light not working in the winter in Scotland is more serious maybe than the owners might think. I think the only other really annoying thing has been the lights in the living room area. They work off a motion sensor. So if you're sitting here on the sofa in the evening, after about 10 minutes, the lights go out and you have to wave at them to come back on again. And when you have to keep waving at the lights every 10 minutes, that gets really tedious. It's also the same in the bathroom. So when I was having a shower, maybe I spent too long in a shower, but the lights went out. I had to stick my hand over the top and wiggle it to get the lights to come back on. Not the end of the world, but really with LED lights now, they take such little draw that, you know, I don't see why we need motion sensors really, especially in the living room area. And also, of course, if you're getting up to use the loo at night and you're like me and you try not to put the light on because you don't want to wake yourself up, of course, the second you walk into the bathroom, ping, all the lights come blazing on. So that's not so good. Another thing to be aware of is that while it is cracking value for money, there is no flexible rate when you're booking. It's when you book, that is it. You cannot change your booking, you cannot get a refund. They make that very, very clear. So if I can't make my booking in December, I can't move it, not even with 2 weeks notice. I mean, it's about 4 weeks before I come back, but I might not be able to make it, but I already can't change my booking and I might lose my £39. That's not so good if your travel plans are subject to change. Just be aware of that. It's a shame. I would have paid a bit more to have a flexible rate if I was paying further in advance. Another thing to be aware of is, while I think the barbecue area is great, it's not the best design because the wall, the fencing has been designed to bounce all the noise that people are making in the barbecue area back to the cabins. It's like a sound wall. There is a sign telling people not to make a noise after 10 o'clock, but if you do have a group over there, and we all know that people carry on after 10 o'clock, and even when people try and speak quietly, you can still hear it because someone will tell a joke and everyone will laugh. And yeah, it's not the best design really. That sound wall should be the other way round, so that the barbecue area is facing away from the cabins, so therefore if people are there, the sound is being pushed away from the cabins rather than being bounced back into it. Not been a problem. This has been really quiet this day, but I think if you're staying in the summer, you want to be aware of that. Another thing to be aware of, folks, this is quite a rural location to the south of Inverness, a couple of miles south. If you're not with your own transport, either a push bike or a car, the location isn't going to be ideal. You might be better off with something in the city centre. And then finally, I am a size medium and I'm fine in this container. I think it's great. If the table's out, then there's a bit of wiggle between the table and the kitchen. But I think if you are a size XL or larger, I think you would have difficulties manoeuvring, especially in the bathroom. The wash basin is so tiny, I can barely get my hands in there to wash my hands. I can, but I get water everywhere. Like I say, if David Bell was trying to have his wet shave, he would have difficulty as well. So I think if you were of large stature, I think you would have issues maneuvering around this container as well. But I think for size large or smaller, I think you should be okay. So there you have it, folks. There's my summary of GlamNess containers here in Inverness. It's now time for me to head back to Uist so I can go and get the star of the channel and sign off. Okay, so I've been home, I've picked up the star of the show, and we're away again in the Airstream. Now, that is unfortunate that out of all those shipping containers there at GlamNess, not one is dog friendly. They are all no dogs. So that is something that hopefully the owners might want to reconsider, because they could have at least one or two, couldn't they, that are dog friendly. So unfortunately Dougal couldn't come with me on that trip, but I hope you enjoyed that video, folks, and I hope you found it useful and interesting. If you did, you know what to do. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you don't already, and it just leaves me to say, from Dougal and from me, thanks for churning in. There. Did you enjoy that video, Dougal? Dougal, your public are waiting for you. Dougal, could you look a bit more excited? Could you look a bit more excited? He never smiles. Dougal, you could have made a bit. I know you wanted to come with me. I'm sorry, but you stayed with your pals. You did. You stayed with your friends. You did. There. Oh dear. You poor little thing. Never mind. We're away in the caravan now. You can come with me in the caravan.